first episode of our Neigh Today UAHT podcast. You may be wondering to yourself why we're calling this Neigh Today. Well, a neigh is the sound that a horse makes to communicate with other horses. And as you may or may not know, the mascot at UAHT is the Iron Horse. And so we're here to communicate with you all the wonderful news, opportunities, and events that are happening here at the University of Arkansas, Hope-Texarkana. And today we have our very first guest ever on the podcast. That is Miss Jennifer Wright-Cunningham. Miss Jennifer is the Director of Student Relations here at UAHT. So Miss Jennifer, if you will, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
As Casey said, my name is Jennifer, and I'm the Director of Student Relations here at UAHT. I was born, raised, educated, and now work in Southwest Arkansas, so I'm proud to be a local girl. I went to college at Henderson State and was interested in broadcasting, so this podcast is actually something pretty cool, probably something I would have loved to do in my younger years if that was the thing. I really wanted to do radio back in the day. I have a face for radio. That's what they told me. And by the time I graduated, there really were no radio jobs out there. So I thought, man, what's a good job for someone who likes to talk? And at the time, Henderson was hiring an admissions counselor, and the main responsibility was giving campus tours. And I thought, I like to talk. I know about the college. I could do this job for a few years till I figure out what I want to do. Well, here I am almost 12 years later, still in higher education. So that's what I like to do, help other people find what they're passionate about, and hopefully a program at UAHT will help them get to where they want to go.
Well, that's wonderful. It sounds like you have found maybe your dream job, and we're certainly glad that you're here with us at UAHT. You're a joy to work with. Ms. Jennifer, if you will, tell us what your favorite thing is about the college here at UAHT.
Well, I can't pick just one. I think that there are a lot of wonderful things that students will probably say is their favorite part of being a student here, but as someone who works here, my favorite part is the people. I love the people that I get to work with here, and in my specific job as Director of Student Relations, I feel like I have that creative freedom to put together fun events, cool ways to contact people. Of course, I get to talk, so I don't mean to make this about me, but that is a favorite thing that I get to do that my job includes, but definitely the people, communication all around.
All right, we may get you to be the special guest host of Neigh Today one of these days. Well, Ms. Jennifer, if you will, just give us a summary of how someone can register for classes at UAHT, whether it be a new student who's never stepped foot on campus or maybe a returning student.
So the registration process at UAHT, we have a wonderful new Pirtle Advising Center. So if a student is coming, whether they're a current student or a new student, we're going to place them with an advisor based on what they want to study. So if a student thinks, well, I don't want to be put in classes that I'm not going to need or I don't need later. Well, that's what that advisor is for. They're going to know your specific degree plan, your specific skill set. So making an appointment with an advisor is number one for registration. Now, if you're a current student and you already have that contact information for your advisor, you've attended here before, all you have to do is make an appointment with an advisor to register for courses. If you're a new student, we're going to need just a little bit more information. You'll still need an application for admission, which is free on our website, test scores, transcripts, and immunization records. Once we have all of that, then you can make that appointment with your advisor to register.
That's great. I know we pride ourselves on making things easy for students here at the college, and so we make it as easy as possible. If you have questions, feel free to call or email about those, and we'll help you out with that, no problem. Now, I understand we have some extended hours registration coming up this week, so those students who may have to work till 5 or 5:30 can come after work and register for classes. So if you will, tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. I want to also say students that are nervous about coming to campus or don't want to meet face-to-face can schedule an appointment either over phone or email with our advising staff. So we are really trying to make it as easy as possible for students to get what they need out of the experience. We are extending our registration hours this Wednesday, January 6th, and Thursday, January 7th until 6 p.m. because we know that some students work. So you have that window after, if you work a regular 8 to 5 job, you have that 1 hour window on Wednesday, January 6th and Thursday, January 7th that our offices will be open and ready to help you register.
All right, that's good. Well, Ms. Jennifer, will you tell us what is the deadline to register for classes and when do classes actually begin?
The deadline to register is for on-campus courses. So if you plan to take classes on either our Hope or Texarkana campus, that deadline is Tuesday, January 12th. And that is the day after classes start. Classes start on Monday, January 11th. Now, that's a deadline, but I'm going to give you a little secret here. Classes are filling up, so if there's a specific class that you want or a certain class schedule you're thinking of, the sooner the better to register. You don't want to get that last pick of classes for the spring semester. If you're taking online classes, that registration will go through the end of this week, which ends Friday, January 8th. So you'll have until Friday, January 8th for online classes, then on-campus classes again, Tuesday, January 12th deadline.
Yeah, that's good. We certainly want to keep our students on track to graduate because that is our goal here, is to graduate students with a certificate or a degree to help them reach that goal. All right, Ms. Jennifer, well, we're so glad you were with us today, and thank you for all the wonderful advice. And I have one last question for you. What encouraging advice would you give to someone who is thinking about enrolling in classes here at UAHT?
It's an unpopular opinion. Are you ready? It's do your research. I hate to see frustrated anybody, but especially frustrated students. And I think that students get frustrated if they didn't get the classes that they want, or they think they're being put in classes that they don't need. They're looking at their majors. Do your research before you enroll in any college. Make sure you, one, can afford it. And we have scholarship options, very low tuition rate. Make sure that we have the program, the resources, the classes that you want. Of course, I think we have a broad range and variety of degree programs and classes, but I think doing just a little bit of research on the front end, and I know it's hard to ask questions you might not know you need to ask, but that's what we're here to do. Do your research before you start the enrollment process, and maybe it'll save on that frustration later on. We definitely don't want any frustrated students. We want a pleasant experience, and hey, our end goal is for you to have a brighter future. So if we can help with that, that's what we're here for.
Well, that's great. Well, thank you for the wonderful advice. Thank you for joining us on the Neigh Today, the very first episode. Again, this is Miss Jennifer Wright-Cunningham, Director of Student Relations. I am Casey Curtis, Communications Coordinator here at the college, and we'll see you next time on the Neigh Today.